Thanks a lot. That's Carl Froch, the WBC super middleweight champion. It's a wonderful concept, isn't it? I mean, you've got the first fights to look forward to, and then you've got that carrot of knowing that there's the possible Froch-Kessler after that.
Well, the big carrot isn't necessarily the fights that are coming up. It's the end result and what could happen between now and when the last two fighters, the last two men left standing, fight. We don't even know where that will be. It could be in Germany in a soccer stadium in about June of 2011. It could be in this country. It could be at Old Trafford for all we know. We don't know.
And imagine how big Carl Froch could be at the end of it. If he comes out the winner at the end of it, how big will he be in British sport?
You know what, Mike? You know, like you've heard people have said to you, they can't believe it's happening. Well, I've heard the same people saying that, and then they've added, but it won't happen, because that's the way things have been in the past. Oh, we tried this in the past, I've heard from several people. When? No one's ever tried this in the past.
Not in this detail, Steve.
Not like you're so... Mike, you know, I talked to a guy yesterday, an advertising guy, a very famous advertising guy, and I told him about how this was launched. He still didn't know about it because most papers have ignored it. I said they had a conference in Madison Square Garden. I said they had a conference in Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen, and they had a conference at the Brandenburg Gate. And you know what he said to me? He said it sounds like the launch of a Rolling Stones world tour. Now that is not only a backhanded compliment, I think that's possibly the greatest compliment I've ever heard boxing paid by someone who isn't inside the beast.
Just purely from Carl Froch's perspective as well, he's been trying to get this fight with Joe Calzaghe for a long time. We know that's not going to happen, but if he could beat Mikkel Kessler, that's going to do wonders for his profile in this country.
It will help that will help his profile in this country, but what we need here is it's a slow roll. Let's say he beats Dirrell, and Dirrell's a pain in the jacksie. He's tall, he's a southpaw, he can bang a little bit, and he can run if he needs to run and hide and survive, although Carl will have the people in Nottingham drilling him on. The Kessler fight's a hard fight to win. You know, Joe Calzaghe was trailing after 4 or 5 rounds, and then the other fight that in Carl's group is Arthur Abrahams, who's made 11 defences of the middleweight title and has never been beaten, and has been at really super middleweight for a long time without, but he's been, you know, losing the weight to stay down. If Carl wins those 3 fights going into a semi-final, he not only deserves to be a big star here, he deserves to be a massive star. And if he were to win the tournament, and we look back on it and we say in 5 successive fights he met the 5 best fighters out there, well, let me tell you something, that's never happened, period, in British boxing history.
And at the end of that, Steve, he might not have much left, but he won't need it. You know, he'll be so big by then he can walk away.
Legacy complete.
Well, tomorrow night